I got a rad guitar to show off, and I got a deal of the live. We do have a Halloween promo going on. This was a build that I put through. Really, really rad build. It's a magma metallic. Probably hold it back.
There we go.
There we go. I'm learning, Brandon. I'm learning. Magma metallic with a trans black burst. Raw tone finish. Beautiful build. And it is a Halloween inspired build with the Floyd Rose. I believe I put a compound radius on this fretboard, if I remember correct, the 12 to 16. I did. Thinner neck profile. All kinds of really cool options on it. Delete the volume, move tone. And I'm letting this one go for only $18.99. So this is a hell of a deal. This would spec out somewhere around the $2,500 range. So if you want this exact guitar, we could ship it out tomorrow. $18.99 grabs it. Speaking of promos, I got a lot going on here in the shop. A lot of really, really cool deals. So you definitely want to check out the builder. Go on there. It'll prompt you like, hey, do you want this? This is a promotional item. Build up a guitar. Just see what we got going on. If something you're feeling like you can't live without, click that add to cart button and get yourself a custom on the way. Speaking of customs, look at that pink Arctic. Do we got a good glare or
no,
not?
you're good.
Okay, good. Because I got like all kinds of glare. I can't see shit. Beautiful one for Axel, a good longtime Kiesel customer. He was out here for Connect and placed the order at that time. But look at that pale moon with the black rings and pink K. This is a pink Arctic finish. This is a finish I do all the steps on myself, and I really love working on them. I think they look amazing. And just look at that beautiful back on it. Just love the way this one came out. And I wanted to show this one off. Actually, Brandon is the one that grabbed this. But these Ks are something real special. You know, we really get deep in on the body bevel here. You get that dad bod as we get older. And that bevel really helps just hug right against you. Slides those moobs right out of the way. I was trying to say that without laughing, but I knew you were going to laugh. And I got that little flush mount jack right there. But I just love the way these Ks just hold against your body. They're nice and light. They have the best access over any Kiesel for a neck through, just really getting right down to the upper register there. And that's a beautiful one. So I'm stoked on that. It's got the summer ash treatment, something I maybe failed to mention there. 3-piece body, 3-piece headstock, master grade pale moon. And then you got the black covered pickups with the gold pole pieces, and I believe gold frets on that. So definitely a sick one. Now let's get into some questions. You guys are like, dude, I don't want to hear about your wedding thing, man. I want to know about my guitar. Me. So what do you want to know?
I guess coincidentally on the topic of gold frets, first question is, hi Jeff, I noticed StewMac now sells gold fret wire they claim is similar to the Evo Jescar. Would you consider giving them a try?
You know, I haven't even seen that. I mean, I'll take a look at it. The biggest concern I have is I don't want to sell something because it's pretty. I want to sell something because it's the right thing to sell. So if their fret wire is similar as far as the hardness, the quality, the consistency, it's something that I would definitely consider. Jescar, in my opinion, makes the best fret wire money can buy. It's German made. It's very expensive. It's what we use in all of our guitars, with the exception of the Dunlop 6100 wire that we do offer. Everything else is Jescar fret wire.
Next question is from Todd. He's asking, can you get that special metal flake color that Dretto has on his infused guitar?
Absolutely. Yeah, that one is called Cosmic. That's the color of that metal flake infusion. It's called Cosmic. And keep in mind, one thing people may or may not know. So like on Dretto's guitar, when you look at it, it's got these really thin openings for the voids. The bigger you go with the void, the more that's going to change how that color looks. So I've had some people ask like, hey, is this the same exact thing? It's the same thing. So when it's real narrow versus real wide, it's going to look different. You're going to end up with a little more of like a pink and aqua color from Cosmic. That's just how it looks. You can see the example on our website. And when you have the real narrow slots, it doesn't quite look as pink. That's just, I guess, kind of how the cookie crumbles. So if you're expecting to look exactly the same as his, unless it's the exact same piece of wood, done at the exact same time, it's not going to look exactly the same. Those are all going to look slightly different. I do them all myself, but there is, some things that do alter the way they look.
We got Nick Marco asking, would you rather have to deal with a spider in your house or a snake in your house? The snake is non-venomous.
Oh, I would take a snake for sure. Yeah, they don't bother me. A rattlesnake I don't want to deal with, but a non-venomous snake is no problem. It's not that spiders are a problem. I'm okay with spiders too. But it sounds kind of cool to have a snake in the house that you got to take out. Unless it's like some python or something. They're non-venomous, but they'll still kill you. So I guess it depends on how big the spider is and how big the snake is and what if it's a spider poisonous. And we have spiders all the time. Here in SoCal, so we're kind of used to that.
Next question is from Bill. He is asking, Jeff, do you see an offset making its way into the lineup?
I don't know, Bill. It's not something that's currently in the works. I have gotten more requests as of late for it. So I could see something maybe in our future. Nothing in the near term, though. Unless I had, an artist that was like someone real important, that wanted that. And that was something I had to do for them. But I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I don't feel like I can keep saying no when I'm getting more and more people asking for something like that.
Any chance of getting Dev to demo the Neo Ohm? Would be cool to hear what the guitar/pickups sound like.
Agreed. Bug Devin. Love you, Dev.
Do you offer higher grade plain maple tops with a slight flame, for example, 1A or 2A?
I don't. What I've done in the past at times is I've gone through my wood pile and I've had tops that are not good enough to be 4A, and I've given them away as plain maple. I have done that in the past. It's not something that I'm planning on doing anytime soon. Sometimes people just get those upgraded tops for no extra charge over just the plain maple. It's not something you can request. You can't call your sales guy and be like, hey, I want to pay for a plain maple, but I want some flame. That's not something we're going to do. It's totally luck of the draw. Unless we say, hey, here we go. We got these special tops limited time, which is not something we're currently offering.
Can you do roasted regular maple necks with the thinner neck profile?
You can, yes.
Joe Brooks says, hey, Jeff, when are you bringing back that 1999 blonde hair?
Oh, you like that, huh? Yeah, there was, it was funny because we showed up and they had a big 2.5. It was like, real tall numbers. And inside the numbers, there was a bunch of different pictures of myself and Sean and some with the kids and stuff. And people were like, dude, I didn't know you used to look like that. I had like twisted up hair and, big spikes and all kinds of different colors, like, a metal, like dog collar, chain that like wouldn't come off. It was like one of the ones that are like clamped on with pliers. I was in a band at one time too, guys, but people, even some of Sean's family were like, damn, we didn't know that was you. It's just kind of funny.
And now I want to see one of those pictures.
Yeah. Now I'm just some, shaved head, old dude now.
Hi, Jeff. Can I get a Leia with a chambered body? The option is not on the builder.
We don't offer a chambered body on the Leia because it's such a small amount of space that we didn't feel like it was worth it for us to chamber it and charge for it. So it wasn't going to be enough weight relief or enough tone difference. So we didn't offer it. Sorry about that.
Got Scott Janzer. He's asking, with the deep cutaway, does the K have any conflicts with Fishman pickups like some other models do, especially in multi-scale?
Nope. Sure doesn't. I guess it'd be maybe a multi-scale 8-string would be the only thing I could think of, actually. Possibly. Maybe even the regular 8-string. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe the 8s. Possibly just the 8s.
Any chance to have the truss rod adjustment at the heel instead of the top of the neck?
No. And I would ask you, why would you want that? That would be my question to you. And if your answer is for quick ease of adjustments, if you've been playing our guitars, especially the past couple of years, you shouldn't need to adjust a truss rod. So if you're playing a guitar, you're constantly adjusting a truss rod, maybe it's time to get a Kiesel with the truss rod adjustment way up here that's hidden because you don't need to adjust it.
Can we get a custom placement for the pickup selector on a DC 700?
You can, yeah.
I saw a 22 fret SCB on Instagram and don't see it on the builder. Is there any other models with a 22 fret option now?
It's not something that we do as an option. We did it for a customer that has bought, he's about 150 guitars in with us, and we did it for him, and he did pay a programming fee. So if there's something you want, like an SCB, 22 fret, if it's the same thing that we've already programmed for him, we could do it for you. The other models that are available in 22 fret are already on the builder. There shouldn't be anything that's not on there that's available.
Why is a Rotary a better engine for the race car than, say, an LS block?
Well, for the class that I'm running in, about the most amount of horsepower in my chassis that I can use is around 500 horse at the motor. So when you say that, there's no point in using an LS block because that's capable of like 1,500 horsepower when you push them. And my motor makes 500 horse, no problem. It's very reliable. It's smaller, so you have, less packaging, right? An LS block's real wide. It's also a lot heavier than my motor. It's not that a Rotary's the hot ticket. I think, when we first built our car back in 2008, when we added the 2-rotor turbo to it, that was the best motor at the time. Now, if I had it to do over again, I wouldn't do a Rotary. I'd do a 4-cylinder, like a Chevy Cruze motor or something like that, a 1.4, which I actually have sitting at my house.
Next question is from Mr. Ben Jones.
Ben Jones.
He says, hey, Jeff, would you ever consider another all-white build on a base model?
Not necessarily. We did the all-white for Steph, and it's very labor-intensive. You're looking at something to do a one-off, about the $5,000 price range. So I think for something like that, someone want to throw down $5,000, I would consider it.
What is the most time and energy consuming finish for you to do?
Arctics are pretty time consuming. A lot of steps, a lot of stages. Some of the fades can be, just really depends. What else? Monsters can be. Yeah, but probably the Arctics are probably still the most. Well, that's actually not true. The one that's the craziest is the rainbow fade, where it goes from one color of the rainbow on one side and fades across the front to another color. That's probably the most labor intensive. And it's like 9 different colors going across, and then I have to blend them, and it's a lot of concentration. It's like headphones in, people walk up, like, don't even talk to me. I can't hear them, and I'm like, not trying to be a dick, just don't talk to me. Like, I don't want to fuck this person's guitar up,
It's true.
And Brandon will come up, and these guys are like trying to get my attention, and I'm in the middle of like staining or working on guitars, and I'm like, I can't hear you and I can't stop. You're just gonna have to wait. That's all I say, I'm like, sorry if it sounds rude, but I can't use any more of my brain capacity that I'm trying to focus and carry on a conversation. And that's why I throw my headphones in. I can't get distracted and everything comes out, I think, that much better.
All right, we got John in here asking, I've heard sparkle guitars are done in batches. How many are needed for a batch? And is there a general extra time quoted for sparkle finishes?
Yeah, so typically the sparkle finishes are a minimum of 10. A lot of times we'll do them at batches of 30. And it's all, we don't know how long they're going to take as far as, I can't quote how much extra time there is, because if someone was to order right at the tail end to make, let's say we were waiting for the 20th guitar to come through and then we're going to start. Well, let's say you ordered your guitar and you were the 20th, you're going to have no delay, just a normal build. But let's say you were number one, you might be an extra 10, 12 weeks. I don't know. So it just really depends. It's one of those things we can't possibly even guesstimate, right? Because it's really kind of by just timing, just the luck of the draw, I guess.
Can we get a JB200C in the Solana finish?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. That'd be a sick one.
Would you recommend steering clear of a satin or raw tone finish on an upgrade/figured top?
That depends. It really depends on the wood. I love raw tone woods. A raw tone on woods like burled walnut, buckeye burl, poplar burl. I love the way that looks. Now, if I was getting a quilted maple, yeah, I would get gloss only on quilted maple. I can't think of a good time I would ever get a quilted maple top without it being gloss. So those are just a couple examples. Hi there.
Hi. Deal the Live.
Deal the Live? Okay, who bought it?
To Jerry Gonzalez.
Jerry Gonzalez, come on down. Here you go, Jerry. Catch. Awesome. Thanks, Jerry. Oh, I got to hold it back.
Back there you go.
Yep, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jerry.
Speaking of guitars you got up there, we have Axel in here.
Axel.
He says, hey, Jeff, thank you so much. The guitar is super beautiful. By the way, are those lithiums? It's been quite a while and I can't remember.
They are lithiums. Either lithiums or they would be Empyrean and thorium, but they definitely have the Torx heads. And then without the center coils showing, I can't really tell. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love that fretboard on that one.
Next question is from Octavio. He's asking, have you ever considered making a Zeus neck through?
I've had a few requests for it, but the Leia is so close to what the Zeus is. That's really going to be our option for you.
Could we get some of those cool flip open truss rod covers?
Flip open? I don't know what those are. I've never seen them.
It's like a truss rod cover where you can slide part of it back so you don't have to take off your truss rod if you needed to make an adjustment.
I'd say probably not, guys. The reason why is I want to be able to offer like the wood covered truss rod covers and things like that in different colors. And if we had some slidey, flippy thing, you wouldn't have the other options. So I'm going to say you shouldn't need that quick of access, right? Your neck should be that stable. Now, if you're playing guitars that you're having to adjust all the time, we do sell guitars here, and you're not going to have to adjust your neck all the time. Buy a Kiesel, and you'll go, why do I need access to it? I don't.
For all of you guys thinking it's just a sales pitch, it's true. I've never touched any of my necks on tour.
Yeah, it's even like, Scott Carstairs, talking with him. He's got guitars he's had for years on years on years, and he's never, and his tech's never adjusted the truss rod. Dean Lamb doesn't adjust his truss rod. I mean, it's no bullshit, guys. Like once the woods, are stabilized and everything here at the shop, and we adjust it, you get the right tension on it. As long as you keep, when we set it up, the same strings, the same tuning, there's really no reason you should have to adjust your truss rod after that. Years ago, our old guitars, absolutely, I'd be adjusting my guitar every day. And I would leave my truss rod cover off because I was adjusting it every time I would play it. And it was, it was a carve-in. And I told my dad, I was like, this has got to stop. And that was 2015. And then we put carbon fiber rods in everything. And then in about 18, the rods got 30% stronger. And then in, I think it was 19 or 20, it was when we started thermal treating the necks. We went to quarter saw neck standard. We went to extra measures between how we glue up our necks on extra drying processes. So our necks, even in the last 2 years, are superior than they were before that. So we were constantly evolving and making a better product. So if you have experience with us from, I would say really the big turn for us was 2021 was a huge turn for us on necks. That was like, our necks are very similar to how they've been since 2021. They're a little stronger now, a little more stable, but not a lot stronger. But if you have experience, back 17, pre-15, yeah, the necks would move around. They're not moving around now.
All right, we got a few more minutes. You want to do a few more questions or speed questions?
I'll do a few more questions.
All right, we got David McDowell asking, is it possible to order an SCB with the SC90 non-beveled edges?
What's up, David? Yeah, you could get that. Absolutely. It would be something we'd have to get prepaid. It'd be non-returnable, of course, because it would deviate from what our model is, to this day.
Is it possible to get the binding bevel on the Zeus?
We don't offer actual binding anymore, but we could do like a binding effect. What we call is like a painted binding effect we could do.
Sorry, trying to find a good one for the last one.
He's saying your questions suck, guys.
It's true. Give me better questions. Do you have any plans for a new pickup model anytime in the future?
Nothing that's in the works at all. What would you guys like to see? What type of pickup, besides like a P90 or a different design, what type of sound, either single coil or humbucker, would you like to see or hear? You can't really see a sound, dummy. What type of sound would you like to hear from us? What options? Yeah, let us know. I'll try to do something different next week for a live, maybe something a little more interactive. What do we got? We have one more Wednesday inside of October. Yeah.
Yeah.
And next one would be the day before Halloween. Wow. What are you dressing up as, Brandon?
That's what Zach was just asking me yesterday. I haven't picked anything out yet.
Savannah, what are you doing?
I have no plans.
What? You're not going to come as Marty Freeman? We keep trying to get Savannah to come. She did dress up one time as Marty Freeman. Didn't you, a long time ago?
I didn't.
I was going to say, I don't remember that.
Seriously? Oh, I guess I'm thinking of Kayla. What did Kayla do? Kayla dressed up like... What?
She dressed up as like an 80s rocker.
80s rocker, yeah. You got to dress up as Marty one year. I'm telling you.
You got the hair.
She's got the hair. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. If you guys have questions, of course, call my guys. Check out the builder. Get a build-in. It's a good time. We're quoting about anywhere from 8 to 16 weeks. My goal is to get that build time sooner and sooner. I'd like to get back to 5 weeks. I don't know if we'll get there or not. This is getting into our busier time of year. If you're thinking like, hey, I'm going to just hold out and wait till next month, we have a really good promo going on right now. Of course, we're going to do some stuff next month, obviously. Is it going to be better to wait? It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Some things are going to go away. Some things may get added. If you're waiting, you might end up also adding extra time. So what's time worth to you, right? You have to, ask yourself that. You go, if you order now, not only are you not waiting the extra 2 weeks till the next or 3 weeks till the next thing kicks off, but you're also not waiting with everybody else once they place their orders. So you might get your guitar 2 months early, and if that may be worth $100 more, I don't know. Maybe that's all you'd save, if at all any. So that's just this guy's advice. For me, I'd buy now, but that's just me because I'm impatient. Only child syndrome. Later, I'm out.